Hello, good morning, everyone. Good afternoon and good evening, depending on your
So,
location.
good morning, Doc.
You're welcome to the
Good morning.
conclave. You're welcome to the conclave. I hope you can hear me from wherever you are. Can you confirm that you
Yes,
can hear me? Okay, beautiful,
I can hear
beautiful, beautiful. So, we'll, sorry for starting a bit late at the issue with the code and all that. So sorry. Fresh one have been sent, so which you can also, send around across to your friends and all that. Okay, today we'll be looking at something very, very sensitive, something very, very sensitive. The core or major principles, that guide us. And when you see people do well in everything they do and all that, there are fundamental principles that guide them. So, and these principles are, will I use the word? They are life principles. They are something that runs as long as life is concerned, as long as the person is existing. They run. They don't change. They don't change. They are there. They're permanent, irrespective of what have changed. These are fundamental principles. And to do that this morning is our alumni, our management consulting alumni. Then these are the a set of 2024. So, call her Madam Karen. Yeah, you must have heard her voice in the past. So she'll be handling it this morning and in the next 30 minutes. And our usual floor will be open for discussions and all that. So, Madam Karen, please, the floor is yours. Uh, take over. The floor is yours. I hope you can hear me, ma'am.
I can hear you. Can you hear me, please?
Yes,
Kindly confirm you can hear me.
we can hear you. Go ahead, ma'am.
Is it clear? Is the
Yes,
line clear?
very, very clear. Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Nelson. Good morning, everyone. I am Karen Sumina, a graduate of the Management Consulting course. I've graduated in December last year, and I've been tasked this morning to talk to us about beyond AI and why management consulting remains essential in the age of smart systems. I would like to start by saying a very big thank you to Dr. Nelson for the opportunity. My story of how I became one of his students is even a very interesting one, which I will not be going into today. But I'd just like to say thank you, Dr. Nelson, for number one, the learning opportunity and the trust and privilege to, continuously do these presentations. It's taking me outside of my comfort zone and at the same time helping to build my skills. Thank you for being an amazing teacher, leader, and mentor. I sincerely appreciate. So I proceed. I'd like to start quickly with definition of terms because I don't want to take for granted that you know what AI is. So there are two terms that we will be referencing in the presentation, AI and management consulting, which I would like us to quickly run through. AI refers, or artificial intelligence, commonly known as AI, this refers to the simulation of human intelligence in machines that are programmed to think and act like humans. It involves systems that can learn, reason, solve problems, perceive, and make decisions. AI is rapidly transforming various sectors and raising significant ethical considerations. Um, Examples of ethical considerations are bias and discrimination. So it is important to keep in mind that AI learns from existing data, and if there are underlying biases and discrimination, AI would carry and perpetuate the same, meaning that we need to be mindful of the data that we rely on from AI or from online sources, because sometimes there could be information that is put online that could have an undertone or a bias from the researcher or the group of researchers. And my source for this definition is Google. And management consulting, this is when a company hires experts, outside experts, to help them improve how they operate, make decisions, and achieve their goals. These experts, called management consultants, often advise and provide solutions to various business challenges. Management consultants solve problems and in turn provide value. So the underlying the underscored point here is that management consultants solve problems and in turn provide value. It is the value that they bring to the table that makes them distinct in whatever they do. And then again, my source is Google, from a Google search. So, introduction. As AI continues to automate, calculate, and accelerate, management consulting remains the backbone of real business growth. Beyond Because beyond data and code, thriving in today's economy demands these timeless human-driven skills. I would like you to pay attention to the last line. It says, beyond data and code, thriving in today's economy demands these timeless human-driven skills. You know, we had initially in our very first discussion, we had some debate with Dr. Nelson to say whether humanoids will take over or whether, man will still be relevant and all of that. At the end of the day, AI is simply there to enhance research, to enhance processes. It can't take over certain critical roles, and management consulting is one of those areas. And these are the next couple of minutes. I will share with you what the human-driven skills are. So number one is adaptability and resilience. When systems crash or markets shift, an example that I can use here would be, for instance, when you have a server room in your office and the server crashes, right? AI doesn't come in, or there's no robot that shows up in your office and immediately comes to take over and fix the system. It's a human who steps in and resolves the issue. Same thing when you have glitches at work, maybe in your ERPs and other processes. It is the human element that comes in and steps in to solve the problem. So no matter how intelligent this technology is, it doesn't have the full capacity to resolve issues. At the end of the day, it is humans who put in, like, to troubleshoot the code. They put in a query to run a code and know what exactly the problem is. For instance, as I've said, using a server room, for instance, it is the IT officer who would step in most cases to know what the problem is and run a query to the service provider, who would in turn try to their best to resolve the problem in the quickest time possible. Strategic thinking to align AI tools with long-term vision. So normally management relies a lot on AI for long-term planning. Let's take, for instance, my organization is going through some restructuring because of donor fatigue, and we are using AI-driven data and tools to decide on, the number of staff that need to be released from the organization in order um, to to create some level of stability. So these are AI tools that we're using. We're using a lot of data from the information management unit, and the global management is in turn using this information to make critical decisions. And in some cases, we're bringing external parties on board to help with this, because management can't do it alone. And in some cases, the staff might not have the technical wherewithal. So we bring in consultants to help with this strategic thinking, which leads to long-term decisions based on the AI tools available. Negotiation and mastery, because robots don't close deals. A typical example that would come to mind for me in this, when we talk about negotiation, would be, maybe not the best example, but let's use this for now. There's a kidnapping somewhere and people have been abducted, and there's some need for negotiation. In most cases, sometimes you have people who are specialists or expert negotiators, right? They could come on board and begin to negotiate with these abductors, or whoever it is. It could be bandits, it could be people who are economically motivated due to the hardship in the country, and so on and so forth. But the negotiation at the end of the day is done by a human being. It's not a robot that comes on board, or AI. You don't log on to AI and say, AI, my family member has been abducted. Please negotiate on my behalf. It's humans who come in, excuse me, and have the conversation, the negotiation with the abductors, and begin to, relate with them based on that human element, to come to a happy medium. Pardon me to take a sip of water. excuse me. So they come on board to have those negotiations. Another example would be, say for instance, you work with an organization that has put in a submission for a contract, and you have maybe a consultant who handled the process on your behalf, maybe wrote the proposal and all that. It's the consultant who would come in to have the negotiations with the potential client, discuss maybe possible timelines, maybe flexibility or areas that were initially not so clear, clear those gray areas, and so on and so forth. So these kind of skills are still required. Negotiation skills are still required of humans. That human element, the negotiation, excuse me, the back and forth, the decision making, the flexibility, delivering on schedules, and all of that. These are human elements that are required from a consultant and are still necessary. AI and technology cannot necessarily do this for you. It can help to enhance your process or enhance your data or your output, but it cannot necessarily do these things for you. Effective communication to rally teams and translate data into direction. Again, I can use my organization as an example. We're going through a restructuring, and the restructuring we're going through is heavily reliant on data. Data, in some cases, can be provided by consultants. It could be provided by the in-house experts. And mind you, Dr. Nelson, in our training as management consultants, had said that in a few years to come, every organization requires management consultants to be on board as part of its staff so that they have efficient and effective processes running internally. You might not need to outsource these systems anymore. So let's imagine that you have in-house consultants. So it is the consultants who would sit with management and translate the data into what we would call relevant information for decision making and to create some level of direction. So back to my initial example, I would say, for instance, we're going through this donor fatigue season and they need to cut down on certain staff. They've already announced to us in my organization, this is reality now, that we have 2,600 staff and they need to cut down at least 100 to 400 positions in order to stabilize. How did they get this information? They must have worked with HR and many other units to derive the data to know that they had that many staff and to also understand how they can stabilize. There was a lot of analysis, decision making through data, and this has been communicated to us, and it provides some level of clarity. So we know that towards the end of the year, by virtue of the data they have, they've told us we need to do some level of attrition in our organization. So attrition would be that people who are retiring, once you retire, your position will become abolished. They're also encouraging people to take early retirement. If you resign, for instance, your position would also not be retained, it will be abolished as a way to cut down on certain positions. So this is effective communication. We're being carried along by virtue of the data that has been provided and by virtue of the information that is being disseminated to us. So we're not being left in the dark. This is also an example of what effective communication looks like based on data. And this is not AI communicating with us. This is our global leadership, our heads of office at the country levels, and so on and so forth. Relationship building. Trust still remains a human currency. So relationship building this is a human element. AI can't step in to build relationships for you. Even when you interact with AI, you find that it is a very impersonal relationship. But if it's human, they could remember you and say, you're here again. How far now? How about last time? You told me maybe your wife was ill or your child was ill. You would have those kind of conversations before you get into the nitty-gritty. But with AI, it's strictly business. It goes straight to what you need. You put in your query, it gives you your results, and you move on. So that relationship building human element is still required. That's why you have networking events. That's why you have interactive sessions in order to build relationships. So whether or not technology exists, these things are still required. Financial acumen. Numbers alone don't make decisions. While AI can process vast amounts of financial data, it's the human insight of a management consultant that interprets these numbers, understands market nuances, and makes strategic financial decisions. Again, I used my organization as an example. In Nigeria, we've had to close down 2 offices in the past 1 week. And why? Because we saw that those offices were too heavy. So, well, how did we come to this conclusion? We had to go back to the books, check historical data, look at how much we're spending on those 2 offices. What can we do differently? If we shut down these offices and co-locate with other organizations, would it cost us less and cost share with these organizations? That the decision was yes. So we had to shut down full operations in 2 offices and and move the staff into smaller rooms, or offices where they're sharing. It's the same thing with business in general. An organization can say, our operations are not seeming very efficient or effective, or we seem to be spending too much in X or Y region. And a consultant can come in and analyze and say, okay, we've done a full analysis of your operations, and we find that you have a lot of redundant positions in maybe your regional offices, and we would like you to consider streamlining them by perhaps merging certain roles, or maybe bringing certain positions back to HQ, or even maybe cutting down completely because there seems to be duplication of effort. There seems to be a lot of heavy spend on your operating costs. Your overhead costs in the field seems heavy. And all these decisions are arrived at by virtue of data. However, the interpretation, the analysis and interpretation of it is done by a consultant. So that human element is still required. I keep saying it because you cannot overemphasize how vital the human element is. Whether or not, no matter how intelligent a system is, it will still need to be managed and run by individuals. So, technology and digital skills. Management consultants lead the integration, they don't follow it. Now, I break this down a little bit. Let's say, for instance, in your organization, you're trying to transition to a new ERP, electronic resource process. You found that the existing process you have isn't quite working for your organization, and you need to introduce something that will make your processes more seamless, more efficient, more effective, more timely. You get a consultant to come online and do a needs assessment. It could be an IT consultant, it could be an organizational development consultant, whatever it is. You get somebody to come on board and check, why are your systems not working quite the way you want them to. Let's say, for instance, you've been manually paying your staff, but now you want to have a system where your payroll is automated, in the sense that once you put in your finance and you put the dates and all the staff who are on your payroll, automatically it should run on its own without too much hassle. So now a management consultant would lead that process, or a consultant, let's say, would lead the process, because they would come in and check what your needs are, do a needs assessment, and go back and identify the actual portal that you would need for this process. And they would come back to do a demo for you, right? They will do that demo, also make sure that it truly fits the needs of the business or the entity. And then they would have to train the staff. There's need for training the staff, there's need for transition. There would have to be a whole transition period where you need to transfer the data to the new platform, troubleshoot if there are issues, iterate as you go along, and so on and so forth. So these are done by consultants, not the technology itself. Technology is run by consultants, or it's run by individuals. So indeed, that human element is needed. So it is said we lead the integration process, we do not follow it. And in order to not follow, you have to be proactive. You need to identify issues before they arise, come up with solutions ahead of time, and make sure that you have a seamless process in order to avoid glitches or a complete shutdown of the system. Problem solving and critical thinking. AI flags problems, we fix them. Management consultants possess the critical thinking skills to diagnose complex issues, identify root causes. Please, can you mute Mrs. Benson or something? I saw the name. Can you please mute? There's some interference from your end. Management consultants.
Sorry, everyone should mute, please. You can mute everyone at the same time. When we are ready to talk, we can bring them in. Kindly mute yourself, everyone, please.
Emmanuel Ayang, kindly mute. Okay, so
Okay.
sorry, I go back. Problem solving and critical thinking. AI flags problems, we fix them. In this case, it means that management consultants possess the critical thinking skills to diagnose complex issues, identify root causes, and develop innovative solutions that go beyond what AI can provide. That's the human element still. Creativity and growth. A quick example I would like to use here. A couple of days ago, I came across an advert in, I think, is it Guangzhou, China or something, where they're creating African print. Our what do we call it again? Our Nigerian wrappers that we use for our regular
Yeah.
outfits. What
Ankara
do
and
we
rest
call
of
it?
them.
Ankara, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I saw Asian ladies and men sitting behind computers creating these designs for us. I was amazed on their computers. You know, um, I was blown away. So you go online to the catalogs and you choose your designs and you give them your minimum order quantity and they produce for you straight off the computer. They print for you like digital transfer from the computer straight to the fabric. I was amazed. And this creativity is done by human beings. As much as AI is enhancing the process, the human beings were the ones designing the items. I was very impressed. A couple of days ago on Friday, I went to the Arts and Crafts Village to get a going away gift for a colleague. Same thing. I saw some mugs that had been printed with Ankara designs, and this is all creativity. It's all that creative element. And who is coming up with these ideas? It's human beings. Yes, AI is doing the work, but then again, it's human beings who are coming up with these ideas, these great ideas. Time management and prioritization, because focus wins. So normally every year in your organization, I would like to imagine that you have what you call an annual work plan and you have your priorities for the year, for the quarter, and so on and so forth. I would like to imagine that these things are done with the help of AI, right? You can come up with your work plans, your dashboards, your documents in general, your prioritization documents. And these are done by, yes, you use technology to put them together. However, the implementation is done by you as employees or you as the leadership of the organization. And this is the human element that still needs to be done. You could put in your data and get a beautiful work plan, but at the end of the day, who is carrying out the work plan, the objectives of the work plan? It's your team, it's you and your team. Self-assessment and growth. The consultant's mindset is constant evolution. So for self-assessment, you would always need to, when you've completed a task, right? When you've completed that need for appraisal, you will need to do either self-appraisal or the organization or client who you've worked for would do an appraisal. And this appraisal gives you an opportunity to identify what went well, perhaps what didn't go so well, what could you have done differently, and what can you do better. So it gives you the opportunity to take this data and go and sit down with your team and do some internal assessment. You can even use that to appraise your team, motivate them. Okay, our clients are happy. This is the appraisal we got. However, we need to do better going forward. And through this appraisal, you grow, right? So these are some of the key human skills that are still required for as a management consultant, as an individual going at large. Despite technology, you still need these human skills. Learning and development. Dr. Nelson says it all the time that continuous learning is something that cannot be overlooked. You must continue to learn in order to build your knowledge, skills, and attitude, either as an individual, as a business entity, as a consultant. So you must continue to build yourselves. You can't sit back and watch time pass you by. If you want to remain relevant in your area of expertise or your sphere of influence, you must continue to learn and develop yourself. continuously. Go for symposiums, go for workshops, conferences, learning online. Thankfully, there's a lot of resources online these days. So there is absolutely no excuse. You can sit in the comfort of your home and be doing Harvard Business School. I sat in the comfort of my home and did my management consulting course with Dr. Nelson for six. It was gruesome, but I made that sacrifice. He will tell you about it. I made that sacrifice. I was going to school, doing other programs at the same time, and doing management consulting, showing up every single day. I never missed a class, right? Doing all my tasks, my assignments. You have to make that sacrifice. It might seem painful, but at the end of the day, you'll be the better for it. So you must learn and develop yourself. That cannot be overemphasized. I use my father as an example. My father is retired, he's in his 70s. You go to my dad's house, every time you go there, he's reading. He's reading, or he's doing something on his laptop, or he's on his tablet, or he's on his phone reading something continuously. Why? Because he needs to keep himself updated. He started his career as a lecturer, then moved on to oil and gas, retired in oil and gas. Now he's a consultant. He lectures. He does specialized trainings. He facilitates trainings for the oil and gas sector as well. He's in his 70s doing this. He travels the world now, facilitating training. Sometimes I even wish I can go with him because it looks so sweet. And this is because he has invested in himself. He got his PhD when he was barely 30. And you can imagine the number of years he has sacrificed himself, and he continues. He doesn't say, oh, because I got my PhD at 30, I'll relax. My father is always reading. He's in his 70s, like he's in his mid 70s now. So I'm using this as an example to encourage you to please invest in your learning and development. Now, I wrap up by saying the leadership role of consulting. AI supports, IT empowers, but it is management consulting that leads. To bring this down to a tangible example, this presentation you're looking at today, it was done by AI. I used AI to put it together in a matter of minutes. When I sent it to Dr. Nelson, he said, we need to do this AI thing together. You know, I used AI to do this. How does IT empower? I'm able to speak to you from the comfort of my home. Dr. T, I see your hand is raised. We'll come to you when we're done. um, IT empowers. How does it empower? I'm able to sit in the comfort of my home and speak to you. I'm in Abuja. We have people last session, we had somebody from Australia. We have people in my management consulting class. We had a man who was in the US. We had serves me correctly, Dr. Nelson, we had people who were logging in from Enugu, Lagos, Port Harcourt, all over the world because IT flattens those borders. It is said the world is flat thanks to IT. So it empowers, it has allowed me to log onto Zoom despite the glitches initially to speak to you today. I'm in my sitting room talking to you right now. But at the end of the day, when it is all said and done, who is talking to you? It's not AI talking to you. It's not technology talking to you. It's not data talking to you. It is Karen Somina, my humble self, speaking to you. So we lead the processes. You can relate with this session today or this presentation this morning because I am speaking to you and you can hear me real time. It's not a recorded session. So indeed, AI supports, IT empowers, but it is management consulting that leads. At this juncture, I would like to say the floor is open for discussion. I thank you all for your time. And Dr. Nelson, once again, I say a very big thank you for the
Please stop
opportunity.
it. Not to spoil your sauce. Remove that from the sauce.
No, 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 no. Please help me mute this person, please.
I have to go out of here. Collins, please, can you mute? I have
Okay,
to,
okay. Oh, thank you
it's a
so
long
much.
process to do that.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Please, whenever you come on board, mute yourself, mute yourself, mute yourself. That's very, very critical. Please. Very, very critical. Okay, Dr. T is up already. So Dr. T, before we go to Dr. T, please can we appreciate Karen, please? Can we appreciate Karen? Everyone, can we appreciate Karen, please?
Thank you.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Thank you
lovely.
so much. Thank
That's
you very much.
a
you
beautiful
very
one.
much.
A
Thank
beautiful
you very
one.
much.
And
Thank you.
within the time, that's what is important to me. Within the time of 30 minutes, we are 10 minutes late, and she did her work that 30 minutes. That shows that you're trained, not just trained, that you understand the principles, you understand the what guides your training. This is what makes you a professional. It's not what you say that makes you the professional. It's what you do. Very, very important. She's within the time. So this is very, very key to us. For some other people that will also be part of this as we flow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Dr. T, the floor is yours. Go ahead.
Thank you, our professor and lecturer. I appreciate. In research, we always talk about gap in knowledge. So I want to talk on the flip side. Now, when you talk about AI, as she has made a very beautiful presentation, and she was just talking very smooth. So you just know that she knows her onion. There is what we call marriage of convenience when you talk about AI and management consulting. And two things is at the center of it, which is efficiency and effectiveness. Now, when you talk about this efficiency in a layman understanding, and I'm talking about it contextual, not the dictionary definition. You look at how well someone uses resources like time, energy, money to achieve an outcome with minimal waste, emphasis on minimal waste. Now, when you talk about effectiveness, on the other hand, is doing the right thing to achieve what is the intended goal, outcome, and the rest of it. If you look at it today, why AI is introduced is to minimize wastage. An organization to be able to achieve their outcome, the intended goal. For example, I take the civil service in Nigeria, for example. You find out that government comes in and start telling you about e-governance, how they want to digitalize the civil service system. And one of the problems we have seen over time is human interference with the process. What do I mean by that? For example, you go to lands, for example, it can take you ages for you to get your C of O because most of those things have not been digitalized. And humans keep sitting on those files to make the process look so long for you to be able to pay a higher amount for that services to be done. AI is introduced to cushion that effect. That's one. Secondly, like in the East, when I was back then in the East, on Friday, you see offices shut down. People are telling you they are going for Igbanku. I don't know what I called it well. They are going for burial. And then you come and see that nothing is happening in those ministries, agencies, and establishments, except for few private sector, which are profit-driven. Which you find people coming to that work on, and with some we even take permission and not come to work on that same Friday. So you find out that the developed world that introduced this AI, especially robots, was to avoid human interference, whereby you have minimal sexual harassment in the office, you have minimal tips you need to give workers for those who are providing services from restaurant to hotel to other service station and the rest of it, where you have self-services, machines doing this work of humans. The idea was not completed the idea still today is not to take job away from human, but to minimize human interference. For example, you have a female robot in the office. The female robot is not coming to come and complain that my boss sexually harassed me today, or is asking me to do this for me to get promotion. So you find out that organization discover, with the help of management consultants, saying that you are wasting so much money in operation. Why don't we cut down costs by bringing in machines to do the work with few humans who are really, really important to that sector? That is why today you find out that, with all due respect, somebody who read political science is not relevant in many organizations today. Philosophy. Because there is a need now for a professional course whereby you find somebody in the ICT who is a management consultant coming to do need assessment, like you rightly said. You find somebody who is coming in the area of research, who knows about quantitative and qualitative method, data analysis, data collection. You find out that these are courses that are now fashioned to keep those people in the organization. A cleaner is losing his job because there is a machine that can clean. The machine will not come to say, I need maternity leave or paternity leave. So you find out that, in essence, what I'm trying to say is that it is a marriage of convenience where both sides rub each other's back. But the whole essence of the AI and management consultant is about efficiency and effectiveness in organization. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. That's good. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's taking it from a different point. Dr. T, thank you so much. I always listen and wait for those contributions that you bring on board. That is beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, let me do a little thing. Dr. T is a lecturer, is uh, a staff of Lantole Business School. Used to be in Nigeria, currently is in Australia. And beyond lecturing, he's also doing other research programs in healthcare and other areas. So one of these days, you'll also be hearing Dr. T talking to us and so many other persons. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, Salivinus, you're open, you're on. You're on. Can we go ahead with you? Go ahead. Salivinus, you're on. Okay. Okay. Maybe just came up. Okay. All right, please. Um, next person, please. Next person who is taking the floor. Who is taking the floor? Who is the next person for the discussion? Thank you, Dr. T. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Your contributions, your engagement. What are your solutions? Looking at the topic for today, what are your solutions? We have barely about 10 minutes plus to leave those place. What are your contributions? Looking at the basic, the fundamental skills you must possess, which Madam Karen have been able to put down for us a number of them. Which of them do you cherish most? Which of them do you think that you need? Which of them do you think that we need to improve on? What are the areas that we need to add to it, and all in your organization? Are these skills being properly harnessed? Are your people being polished on daily basis, on weekly basis, on monthly basis in those areas to remain relevant? Especially at your C-suite, management and leadership level, at your top tier leadership and management level, at the middle level management, at the low level management, or what I call the front line. Are your people properly equipped? The supervisors around you, are they properly equipped in those areas? The truth remains, AI is here. Yes, I mean, we don't say it's coming. That as a post I don't know if I made that post. I'll still make that post concerning what this guy said. What's his name again? The Microsoft boss, Bill Gates. Yes, he made
You
a
get.
post. Yeah, on what to be remaining, the areas that AI will never touch, and the areas that AI will touch. Virtually every area will be touched by AI. In fact, all the areas will be touched by AI. However, Dr. T said it's going to be marriage of confidence. I also come from this other side. It's going to be a place where you'll be there, AI will be there, two of you will be married. Yes, AI and human being will come together. So imagine that.
Mm-hmm.
So you will be doing your part, AI will be doing its own part, and that's just it. If you're not strong enough, AI can say, I don't like this person, he's not doing well, he's not meeting up with the data, and they will remove you because AI have done its own analysis and you're not meeting up. So that's just reality. That's just reality. So you must come to that point where you go beyond AI in your delivery. Okay, Father Peter, go ahead. Father Peter, go ahead.
All right. Thank you very much. Thanks to the presenter, nice presentation, and also Dr. T's intervention. So I would like to do something like to harmonize the the two ideas. Now bringing it down to us that are being trained for consulting work. I would want to say that in our own time now, we should do more on, yes, we have the skill in terms of the human capacity. And just like the presenter mentioned, we are called to lead. So the other aspect Dr. T talked about, we also need these tools to be able to make our work process efficient and effective. So I think if we that are trained to be consultants, we also leverage on AI, just like what the presenter said, that she was able to use AI to automate what she presented and fine tune it. So I think it will also go a long way in helping in doing our consulting work, because whether we like it or not, AI has come to stay. That is one. Secondly, we are talking about efficiency, eliminating error. We're talking about processes, everything. Here we automate it for you with one hand. So, in fact, last week, there's a software. I think a lot of people, I don't know if you know about this VO3. It's a software. It's a software, AI software automation. So it can, in fact, with that software now, I'm telling us, you don't need to get character. If you want to act any movie at all, you can act it right in your room. Even if you say it's Nigerian movie, the AI is going to generate real human being, but they are not in existence. And they are going to be consistent. The role they will play, the same cast, the same people, they will be able to carry out those roles to the end. So most of the movies we are seeing now, even, yes, maybe foreign movie, because they have started using it. Yesterday, I did, yes, I used the software to automate a clip, which I posted on my status. Some people were asking me, Father, is this real? Because it was Jesus. Because yesterday reading was talking about Jesus telling his disciples, appointed the 72, go ahead and preach and tell them, any house you enter, say peace be with you. But what I did, I asked the AI to automate, to use Jesus, a white man face, yes, with the audience, but it should use pidgin English, Nigeria broken English. So Jesus was communicating, preaching, instructing the 72 in broken English. That caught a lot of people's attention, and they were like, wow, this is nice. So the point I'm trying to make is, as consultants, we should be versatile, and we should also take leverage of this AI and also learn so that we'll be able to it will help us to, yes, to ease processes and make things well. And in case we have some kind of consulting work to do, and to also help our clients effectively. Thank you.
Yeah, beautiful.
Please, what's the name of the software again? The software.
That is VO3. However, it's not just VO3, there's a process. You need to, even when you go to Germany, AI, so you also have that, but that VO3, VEO3, yeah, VO3. So it is a game changer. So it's not going to give you something like a robotic kind of images. It give you real images. In fact, there's one advert that I use the software to automate for my organization. It is a game changer. That software is a game changer. So that is, we need to also, yes, try to learn some of all these skills, and it will help us to ease our work. Thank you.
Beautiful. 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 Wow, 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 wow. So please, all these are part of it. Now, if you listen to what Father Peter said, I mean, thank you so much, Father Peter. If you listen to what Father Peter said, despite the AI and everything, someone need to sit down and do the thinking. What do I want? I'm putting the prompt in. So your ability to think, to create, to come up with the prompting is who can never be taken away from you. That's just simple truth. AI will handle the work, but you have to do the thinking. Very, very important. Thank you so much, Father Peter. Thank you so much. Thank you for constantly coming up with those beautiful, beautiful, beautiful insights. Thank you so much. Okay, yes, Sister Mary, go ahead. Sister Mary Genevieve, go ahead.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good
Please, my
morning. Good
own
morning.
is, I want to ask a question. I think it's after when the first speaker was talking, after time and management and prioritization, I didn't get the the second one after that. So I don't know if she can go back to that part
Oh,
of it.
okay.
If she's
Madam
still
Karen,
around.
Can you do a less than 4 minutes presentation on
Yeah,
the second one?
where he talked about appraisal and other.
Okay, she used appraisal as an example, but yes, I think she will
Yes,
understand that. Yeah. Madam Karen, can you give us a response to this in 3 minutes, max?
I didn't get her question. I
Okay,
didn't
please
understand.
repeat your question so that she can respond to you.
when she was explaining, she talked about
Can you
creativity.
speak up? Your
After
line is not very clear, ma.
Yeah.
Sorry, please.
I said after creativity and growth, there was time management. The the next one, self something. I didn't get it where I please, ma.
Let me. Okay, the presentation will be
That should be
shared though.
self-assessment. Okay, if you
Yeah.
will say no problem.
You're the host.
Yeah,
You're the host. You're the host. You can lay hand, you can also come up again. Then let them. You have 3 minutes to do that.
okay.
That area is self-assessment. Good morning, son. Good morning, class.
Good morning. Good
Okay,
morning, Madam
thank you
Angie.
so much.
Let's see if she can come up with it.
I'm trying to open my this thing.
Okay.
Can you see?
Yeah, it's coming up. Good, good, good.
Sorry, I don't know why it's freezing. Is it here though?
Yeah, yeah, it's on. You can rush down to yeah.
This slide, madam.
No, it's not this one. So if you say you will send it later, later on I will go and search for it.
Ask your question. It's not about the slide. There's something she said that made you ask the question
Yeah,
again.
the slide is the one talking of a self-assessment.
Yeah.
Self-assessment.
This
I
is
didn't get
self-assessment here and growth.
okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay,
No, but
so
I need to understand the question. I didn't get
beautiful.
it.
Yes, what's the question?
The question is that I didn't take the caption. I needed to write it down. That's my question. But it's okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Madam Karen. Thank you so much. For someone was asking, we have access to the recording. Yes, we have access to the recording, but you need to be in the WhatsApp group, please. You need to be in the WhatsApp group. If you're not in the WhatsApp group, check the link on our Facebook, on our page. You must be in the WhatsApp group. That's where we'll share the recording, please, for the moment. So please make sure you join. And at the same time, kindly share this to other people with the right link. Kindly share. By this time next week, by God's grace, we'll have another session, and it's a continuous process for us. However, it's not going to be free to everybody outside there for a long time. Yes, time will come. We will not share it to the public. It only remain for in-house alumni. Yes, time will come. It will only remain for in-house alumni because we'll be increasing the quality of what we are discussing. We'll be increasing it big time to top level management and all that. So we will restrict those that will come into it. It will come to that point, yes. But for now, you can share is open to everyone at this stage. However, as we improve, we'll restrict it to few people over time. Thank you so much to everyone. Thank you, Madam Karen. Father Peter. Okay, Father Peter, you have less than 1 minute. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yes, it just a quick one in case of those that may be interested in that AI software.
Yeah.
So I think I got to know about it through one platform, and I think it was 10,000 naira I paid. So if anybody is interested, so maybe doctor, I'll pass it through you.
Okay.
So there you have about 15 months free trial. So 15 months you use it for free. So they are not deducting any money for you. So you'll be generating the video gradually. So in case you are interested, you can log in just the way I did. All
Beautiful.
right, that's it.
Beautiful. That's a beautiful one. So we'll get that part
Please,
across.
I hope you don't mind. Sorry, sir. Please,
Sorry?
is there any way? Sorry, sir. I hope you don't mind. I know the time is already
Yeah,
short,
go
but
ahead.
please, is there any way we can get knowledge as in how to use AI for researches?
Yes,
Please, sir.
these are part of discussions that we'll be having. Yes, we have people that will handle that. Mm. It's part of the discussions that we're having. Yes,
That's it's a very diverse field on its own.
sure.
You
Yeah.
know, yeah, when AI is just an umbrella name to all of it. You have generative AI, you have a lot of it that are there. There are one for research, there are one for management consulting, there are one for accounting, there are one for health, different of it.
Yeah.
So
So,
as time progress,
we'll get into
you will
that.
get to see just the way Dr. Nelson said.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. T. Someone else raised hand. Who is I can't remember the person. Someone else
Me?
raised hand. For what
It was me.
father said, yes, once I get that information, it should be shared in the community, please, as fast as possible. Thank you so much, everyone. We don't intend to exceed 6 o'clock, so other people can go back to other things they have to do. But what my own closing part is, please, not just getting the information, put them into reality. Prepare yourself. Don't be pushed away by simple AI. AI is someone's thinking, Don't allow another person's thinking to push you away, to take away food from your mouth. That's simple truth. It has nothing to do with your level. It's all about ability to evolve yourself, evolve in what you're doing, and you remain top notch. You remain at the top, and the world will clap and call for you for solution and the rest of it. Go and dominate your area of expertise. Go and dominate your area of natural habitat. See you again next week, same time. God bless you.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
sir.
much, Dr.
Have a blessed
Nelson.
day. Thank you.
Thank you
Have
so
a
much,
good week,
sir.
everyone.
Thank you,
Bye.
ma.
Thank
Thank you.
you, everyone. Thank
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nelson.
Thank you. Thank you, Matt. You
Thank
did a very great job. Very great job. Really
Thank you,
appreciate
sir.
it.
Thank
Always
you.
proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Sterling. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma. Thank you.